And it's always kind of sad too when you talk to them, the folks your own loved ones, and that they're not where where they should be,
Yeah.
and that you can help them get there. You have the answers,
Yes.
but because of whatever reason, whatever that little roadblock is that's hindering them from just saying, you know what, I don't care, let me at least give you a try. Because in my opinion, when you're building a network around you,
Yeah.
whether you have a business or you don't have a business, you want a network of people that that
Yes.
you can trust, and that that's going to do right by you.
Said I will be magnificent, I will be better than I ever been. Yeah, I will amaze me. True to myself, they can't change me.
Welcome to another episode of Build a Better Business with the Floyds.
Let's
We're
go.
so excited. We got obviously another incredible episode, but today's going to be very interesting, right? Because what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how to build that business circle. So just imagine you're starting your ideal business, your dream business. You've waited, all this time to do it, and you do it once you launch it out there. And, the first thing you do is you want to share with all your friends and family, everyone that you know. But then sometimes you may be disappointed because the ones that you're expecting to automatically support you may not necessarily support you. So how do you handle that? So what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of unpack that a little bit. What do you do? How do you find your ideal customer? And how do you build your business circle? Let's talk about that. I know I've experienced this. So to me, I'm going to just tell my truth, okay? And I'm just going to be completely honest. So I've had that happen to me a couple times where, I'm a professional. Now, it's not like I'm, I'm just
Trying something new.
yeah, I'm experimenting. That's
Yes.
it. It's not like I'm experimenting. Like I'm a professional. I have like plenty of reps under my belt. And I've, presented to certain friends, certain family members, and I just assume that, yeah, of course, they're going to do business with me because why not?
They know your reputation and
Yeah.
the quality of your work.
But then I have been disappointed, but still as a professional, I still take it on the chin as a professional. But like in my heart of hearts, sometimes, it hurts. I'm not
It's
going
a
to lie.
disappointment.
Yeah, it hurts,
I understand.
when someone tells you, someone that you really think that's a really good friend, and they tell you to your face, hey, I don't feel comfortable doing business with people that I know. And usually it's in the financial part, So
Yeah.
I've worked many years in the financial industry, as a whole. And I've noticed, that the ones that are the least comfortable with, opening up their financial lives, especially to me, is the ones that I don't know if it's maybe because they may be embarrassed. They don't want me to, maybe they might think that I might judge them or think of them differently because they're not doing what maybe they feel they should be doing. And so literally what I had to do is I had to understand, that,
Yeah.
because at first I would get offended a little bit on the inside. Like I wouldn't let it show on the outside, but on the inside, yeah, I was a little hurt, because I'm
Yeah, a
just
little
like, wow.
disappointed because it's to the point that you know exactly what it takes and you have the resume to, to prove that you can help them with their situation.
Right.
But they feel more comfortable going to somebody else that they don't know to help them with their situation, and you're sitting right in front of them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. So one of the greatest feelings that I've ever experienced is, as a financial advisor, I remember there was a client that, that was also a friend of mine who, I wrote up some life insurance on.
Yeah.
And I wrote her up, and it was her 2 children. And this to me is one of the greatest feelings because, was fast forward to the future. One of her children passed away, untimely. Even though this was a sad and very heartbreaking moment, the reason why I was so grateful is because I know that I put life insurance on, that person and on their child. So
Yes.
at least, going through that type of situation, they didn't have to worry about, paying for the funeral, the money and all of that, the things that most people will have to struggle with.
Yeah.
So to me, that's why it's important to me. I feel like if I know you, I definitely want to make sure that you're okay because I care about you, you know?
That makes sense.
So that's why it will be a little disheartening, like when someone would tell me, like, I don't feel comfortable, sharing, my finances with someone that I know, because of whatever it is. In my opinion, I almost want to just tell them, get over it,
Yes.
get over it.
I use, for example, I've had some tax clients that usually pays out a lot of money in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And when they, come to us and we implement our strategies, and now instead of paying out so much to Uncle Sam, they actually get, 6,000 plus back.
Wow.
And they're, just the joy that they get from they're like, man, I'm so thankful that I let you do my taxes and I met you. And then of course you're grateful for it, but then you think about, your family and friends that is in the same situation. And because you know them, you know that it's things that they're not taking advantage of.
Right.
But because they don't feel comfortable opening up to you, you can't do anything. Because I'm not going to tell, hey, you should do this, and do this. And then they just take it to somebody else to do it.
I know, and it's always kind of sad too when you talk to them, the folks your own loved ones, and you know that they're not where they should be, and you know that you can help them get there.
Yeah, they're not taking advantage of.
Like, how to, you have the answers,
Yes.
But, because of whatever reason, whatever that little roadblock is that's hindering them from just saying, you know what, I don't care, let me at least give you a try. Because in my opinion, when you're building a network around you, whether you have a business or you don't have a business, you want a network of people that that you can trust, and that that's going to do right by you. So
and that's how most of our clients are. They can be buying a house, buying a car, they about to invest in something, but because they know us, they reach out to us, hey, before I do this purchase or before I make this investment, what do you think about it?
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, our methods work and we, got the resume to prove it. We just, something about those close friends and family that you want to implement, like, man, this could be so much better.
Yeah. So let's talk about, how to work through that, because I know that we're not the only ones that have experienced that. I'm sure plenty of people have experienced that, and it can be discouraging. Sometimes, you might even get offended by it, but how do you handle that? As a professional, as a business owner, you have to be able to know how to take it on the chin and be able to continue to move forward. Although in your heart, you want to be there for them in that capacity, to be able to use the skill level that you have to be a blessing to them. But if they don't want to receive it, they just don't want to receive it. And you just have to be able to understand that. So for me personally, what I've been able to do is, I just be patient. Yeah. Because I feel like, in due season, in due time, they'll come,
Yeah, I agree.
So, either be patient or, just be understanding enough to understand that, maybe you guys may not, just because someone is a family member or a friend, they may not be a good fit for you.
And that's what I realized, in the beginning I was disappointed, but after, so many, years, I realized that they wasn't the best fit or the best customer for me.
Yeah.
And, they was better off where they were.
Right, yeah, because you do have an ideal client, that you're going, you have a market that you want to pursue. And just because someone is a friend or a family doesn't mean they're your ideal client. Sometimes they could be, your, you're like, oh my goodness.
Like, I didn't know that.
No, not even that. It's not even about that. It's just more of, they might give you the hardest time.
Yeah, because they know you.
Because they know you. Or, they might take advantage of you or take up more of your time because they know you.
Yeah. Or they feel like they shouldn't have to pay you because they know you.
Right. Oh my goodness. Why did you say that? Yeah, just because they know you're like, okay, like, I know I get the family and friends discount, so no. So I would want to encourage anyone that has faced that situation. It's okay, not to get offended by it. Don't get mad. just be understanding, be a professional, and just continue to move forward, flourish and grow your business and just help a lot of people. Get those testimonials up.
Yeah.
They're watching.
Yeah, they always watching.
Yeah, they're watching and they're seeing. They know that you're good. And in their heart, they're like, ooh, I would. But until they get over it, whatever it is, it is what it is, and it'll happen the way it should happen, whether it happens or not. So sorry to interrupt the episode. I just wanted to share with you a time that when me and my husband was sitting across from our CPA in the tax office, it was a day that I will never forget. We were literally looking at our tax forms and we looked through it and we saw the refund section and we saw that it was blank. Then we went down and we looked at the amount you owe. And I have to tell you is that numbers that was on that line was equivalent to a brand new car. That day, we knew we needed to do something different. That's why we got involved in the tax industry. We did what we needed to do to learn, to get our credentials, and then came the birth of Quick and Easy Tax Solutions. We are so excited because we've created a space where people can now be able to have that knowledge that they need to be able to save in taxes. We want you to have a safe space where you can be able to get things done quick, easy, and efficient. But one thing we learned when we were studying and trying to figure out how can we start lowering our taxes and save money is we learned that businesses is the key, is the essential nugget that you need to be able to take a lot of different tax write-offs and get those deductions. So we want to help you by helping you build a better business. So what I want to bring to your attention is that we're offering a free course called Build a Better Business from A to Z. If you are on the fence about starting a business or you already have a side gig that you kind of doing, but you haven't taken it serious, we want to help push you off the ledge and give you the resources and the tools that you need. All you have to do is two things for me. I need you to subscribe to this channel and I need you to drop me a comment, free course. Once you do that, we're going to reach out to you with the details on how you can access this course. Now, this course is literally A to Z. It's going to tell you everything you need to do so you can be able to start that business in an efficient way and feel confident and be able to build your dream. So subscribe to this channel, drop us a comment, free course, and enjoy the rest of the episode. With that being said, that's what I want to, kind of transition and talk about is building your business circle. Yeah. Because, ideally, when you're building your business circle, these are folks that you have in your network that have additional skill sets that can complement what you do. And you guys can work together very well and be able to be good resources to one another and also be able to, share business amongst each other. I use,
for example, with our Airbnb, I do, houses, but we have a good friend that, does trailers.
Yeah.
But I like the way, even though I don't do trailers, I like the way they decorate.
Oh, yeah.
So every house that we got, April comes in and decorates every house that we have. Mm-hmm. And pretty much, it's beautiful. I got videos of when people open the door, they like, wow.
I know.
Even last night.
I know.
It was funny. Dude was like, dang. Yeah. He just stood at the door. He was so surprised at how beautiful it is. So even though they, they're still in real estate, but they got skills that I don't have.
Right. And so that's good. So it's just depend on the kind of business that you have. Yeah. Will determine who you need in that circle. Like we'll use ourselves, for example. Yeah. We're tax professionals. We're in the tax industry and a few other things. But just to use that as our example, we would need relationships with folks who other, tax professionals, accountants that we can be able to share. Because we refer business. Sometimes we have folks that need a certain, level of service that maybe we don't provide. Yeah. But we know someone who does, and we can be able to refer, our client to, or the potential client to them so they can be able to get their needs met. Another, financial planners, financial advisors, people in that, even though I'm also a financial advisor, but it's still good to have that in the network. So, if someone needs, that additional service, if I'm too busy and I'm not able to, transition into that role, I can be able to send them to someone who can take care of that situation for them or, build that financial plan. So, you just want to think about the business you're in It depends on what it is, and then that will determine who you need to have in your business circle. In my opinion, I feel like the best people to have in that circle, initially is the ones who have that skill set
Yep.
and the ones that you know personally that do good business.
Yes.
Those are usually the best. And then,
Almost like a mentor.
right.
You got somebody that's already doing what you're trying to do. And they're already at the level that you're trying to get to. So why not go to that person if you know them?
Right.
So that they can help you get to the next level.
Right.
Then it comes to a point you may surpass that person because you've been doing the business and your business is taking off in that area. So they might reach out to you like, hey, how did you do that?
Right. But inside that circle, it's more of a community.
Yes.
It's a community of folks that have different skill sets from you, but they complement what you do ultimately overall.
Yes.
So, you want to think about that. What do you need? If you are a cook, do you need someone who, let's say that you're a cook that works out of your home? Well, do you need relationships with restaurant owners or, or with other chefs, sous chefs? Do you need relationships with food vendors?
Yeah.
Who do you need those relationships with? When you're building your business circle or your network or your community, you want to think about that because obviously I've learned on this journey, we cannot do it on our own.
That's true. I use it, keep going back to the Airbnb. We have an Airbnb in Alabama and we have a pastor in Alabama. He has an event going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, he wants his VIPs to stay at a nice place. So he's like, hey, can I send my people to your place? Because he has that relationship with us.
But that's actually a good one because, pastors are really good.
Yeah.
I always think, well, we have pastors in our lives, for the spiritual relationship, but they also bring a lot of, expertise in regards to community.
Yeah.
And they're a really good resource in regards to knowing, certain people in the community, business owners in the community.
Yep.
And so they're usually, in my opinion, I think everyone should have a pastor
Yes.
in their community, I said your business circle, but in your community period, because that's the person that can, help, bless your business and bless your home. And, of course you can do these things yourself, but it's just nice to have the one who has been appointed and anointed, to do these capacities. But so you have to think about that. So you want to sit down, make sure, you do that, and then challenge yourself. Go out to networking events.
Yep.
This is how you're going to meet other people and folks who have different skill sets from you that can complement what you do. You want to go out and put yourself out there, introduce yourself, meet new people.
Yep.
And then, just because you met this person at a networking event don't mean you necessarily have to start, they initially come into your community right away.
Yeah.
Vet them out, check them out, look at their social media, see what they're doing, check out their website, look at their testimonials, look at their reviews, check them out, the same thing, for you, they should be doing the same thing for you, but check each other out and make sure that you're going to be a good fit for each other.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Go out to lunch, eat together, have a meal, break some bread, and make sure that you're having those conversations and you're on the same page. Like say, hey, I cook and you're a caterer, and I think we will be a good fit. Maybe next time I'm doing an event or, I have an event, you can help me on the catering side, so whatever it is that you do, it just has to make sense because it'll help your business grow. It'll help flourish you much faster, and then you will really be able to see the power of community and how that can really help you explode in a sense. It can explode because it's good when it's not just you anymore. You have a whole community, that of friends in a sense.
Yes.
And you all support each other, and you all can be able to help each other with the ultimate goal, which is building that better business and growing to that next level.
I agree.
Yeah. So with that being said, I don't know if you had any parting words on that, because I definitely don't want anyone to get stuck or held up in this process of building their community and they get stuck. Well, my cousin, she's a lawyer, but, I don't feel comfortable, because maybe something in the past or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and true, you know, maybe, you know, that person, maybe y'all don't get along, you know, so then just because that person is a family member, as we said, ideal, you know, clients, ideal, you know, folks for your community, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a good fit for that community, because at the end of the day, it has to be a healthy community that you feel comfortable and, you know,
Yep, I agree.
non-biased in a sense, you know, and you're able to make your
It's the best business decision, not personal decision.
the best business decision.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct. Ooh, that's a tough one sometimes. It's so tough sometimes,
Yep.
you know, but we got to do it because we're building better businesses.
I agree.
So, I mean, that's all I had for today. I don't know if you had any parting words or any final thoughts.
Well, I mean, I always just say, you know, listen, learn it, apply it.
Absolutely. Do that, and you will flourish in building that better business. So until next time, we look forward to talking to you with another amazing episode of Build a Better Business with the Floyds.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I will be, yeah. I was born to be magnificent, everyday great, far above average, maverick, no magic, his faith and works, his blessings is the perks.